Hey people, Mutemwa here, back again with another tutorial. So guys, if it's your first time here in this channel, we do how-to tutorials and behind the scenes. So if it's your first time here guys, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to do frequency separation from scratch and how to color grade your images, and also how to make your images pop, that by darkening the backgrounds or changing the color of the backgrounds in Photoshop. So this tutorial comes in regards to a question I was asked by so many people: how do I change backgrounds, how do I make my images pop and without even sharpening the images? So this is just a video that entails everything, and if you let's just get into the video, and maybe by the end of the video you give me your views on everything and on what I should upload next on my YouTube channel. So guys, let's go. You can see we are now in Photoshop, and I'll be retouching this beautiful image I shot on the start of this week, and this was one of my best projects ever. And I have a behind the scenes, the link is up here. I have a behind the scenes on how I shot these pictures, and now let's get into editing the pictures. So yeah, so the first thing I start by removing the blemishes. What I do, I'll duplicate the background layer once, so Ctrl J once, and then I create an empty layer on top of it, layer 2, and then I'll just name these blemishes. Okay, then I guess that's okay. I'll pick my clone stamp tool, and then on this sample layer I'll select current and below. Okay, and then I'll create a black and white on top of this so that I can be able to identify the blemishes. So create a black and white layer on top of this. Okay, so the first thing I'll do, I'll start by I'll make sure the size of the brush. To increase the size of brush, you press the you press the left bracket to reduce, and you press the right bracket to increase. So the right bracket is for increasing the size, and the left bracket is for reducing the size. Hope you get that. Okay, let's go. Make sure the size of the brush is bigger than the blemish you're removing. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just sample, and sorry, I'll make sure you're pressing on the remove blemishes layer. Okay, so I sample right here and just paste on top on that, sample right here and paste. And I won't fast forward the video because I want to remove everything with you guys. If you want this image, I'll put a link below so that you can download this image and retouch with me. So yeah, you can see how I'm doing this. I'm trying to remove all the blemishes so that when I do my frequency separation, the image pops, or the image just comes out very nicely. So as you can see in this video, I haven't used an action. I just decided to do everything step by step so that I can help someone out there. And now in my next video, I'll show you how to create an action of everything you've done, or how to record everything you are doing. Okay, yeah, let's go. You can see how I'm doing this. I do this to all my images. So guys, if you do follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen my photos. I retouch every single photo, and yeah. First of all, I'm removing the most visible blemishes, so that when I flatten the rest with the frequency separation, now I can remove them after frequency separation. If I could show you the before and after. To see the before and after, you just close the eye on this blemishes layer, just before, after, before, after. I guess we're doing good. Let's continue. Today's tutorial might be a long tutorial, but trust me, it will be worthy every single step, or every single time, every single minute of your time. To move your image, you just press the space tab, and then just move your image as much as possible. To rotate your image, press R in your keyboard, and then you can rotate your image as much as possible. To bring back your image, just press the cropping tool, and then your image becomes as straight as you shot it. Okay, now let's pick our clone stamp tool. Let's continue with our blemish removal. To skip this video, I'll just fast forward. I'll show you where you now get your I've described below how you can get to what you want to understand first, if the video maybe it's long for you or it's delaying for you. Yeah, please. So I guess I've removed almost every blemish on this image. Okay, sometimes you might find you doing it the wrong way, like here I sampled the wrong way, but let me just try to remove them. But don't worry, I'll do that after I've done frequency separation. Okay, hope you guys are following along. So let's go to the other parts of the body, the model's body. This, you like this? Sorry. So please guys, thanks so much for the support. I'm really grateful for everything you are doing, guys. You're awesome. Okay. Let me just right here. You can see there's a way I brush, and now it's not bringing because I can get exactly the color on this area. So I think I'll remove that after I've done or after I've created the frequency separation, because I'll get the exact texture of that area. So let's go. I'll merge all these together by pressing, let me just delete the black and white layer. I'll merge all these together by pressing the Shift, Control, Alt and E to create an empty or a merge layer of everything below. What I'll do now, I'll duplicate the layer twice. Just check if my image is yeah, it's a 16-bit image, so I'll use the 16-bit image method. So duplicate the layer twice. Okay, let's rename these textures, and let's rename this colors or all tones. Okay, so I'll disable the texture layer. You can see I've already disabled the texture layer. Yeah, then I'll go to filter, then blur, then Gaussian blur. My default radius is always at 6.4, and I'll use the same on this image. So I'll just say okay. Then I go to texture, I go to image, apply image. Instead of okay, let's continue. I'll select on the color layer. Okay, change the blending mode to add, because our image is a 16-bit image. I'll change the scale to 2 and offset at 0, and then I'll select invert right here. That way we will have created our this gray figure right here, just the same way as you do with our 8-bit images. So just say okay. I'll change the blending mode to linear light, and now we have our image back. So what I'll do now, I'll create a black and white layer on top of this. So that I can identify where the shadows and the highlights and the mid-tones are. So what I'll do, I'll just slightly zoom in my image, pick my mixer brush tool, make sure it's a very clean brush, clean after every stroke, wetness 10, load 75, mix 90, and flow at 100. Okay, I'll start by brushing this shadow right here. So let's go. Sorry. Make sure you selected on the color layer. So just by brushing this, and then I'll come to this shadow right here. Please guys, do follow along, watch my tutorials. I'm sure you learn something or two. So sometimes I rotate my image so that I can retouch this image as fast as possible, and get the correct textures, or the correct, so that I won't mix the shadows and the highlights and the mid-tones together. So yeah, just how I do my frequency separation. Hope you guys are following along. And I'm getting many people say, oh, we don't just understand your tutorial. Don't skip my tutorial, just follow every single thing. Just watch the whole video, so that you won't tell me you don't understand my tutorial because you just started in the middle. You thought, oh, this tutorial is very long, I just want to understand it as quick as possible. Guys, just follow up the whole tutorial, and yeah, you'll understand the tutorial. Yeah, let's continue. And also, if you don't understand my tutorial, I also do one-on-one classes, either online or on my studio if you are in same location as me. So feel free to just hit me up on Instagram. Let's see what we have done there before we continue. If I could just show you, and just disable the black and white. Let me just show you what we have already done here, and put all this in a group. Here is the before we did frequency separation, and here is after we have done frequency separation. You can see there is a very big difference, but our image has the texture. If I could just zoom in, you can see our image still has the texture, and I haven't overdone it. So yeah, let's continue brushing. Hope you guys are following along as I will retouch this image. So the most challenging area to retouch was this area, because I don't want to flatten maybe these glitters she had put on her skin, and this place was so challenging to get a balanced tone. And yeah, so I tried so much, and at the end of the day I managed to get a balanced tone right there. So yeah, what matters, guys, is the results. Just do it perfectly. Don't rush, because when you rush, you won't get the right image for it. So you won't write the right results for it. So just take your time, and this frequency separation really takes some time, mostly when you want it to be perfect. So you can see, like, this area here, I'll have now to come back and remove all those blemishes right there, and also I'll run another. So just, guys, follow along, and I'm sure you will learn a thing or two from the videos. Yeah, hope you guys are following along, and as we're doing frequency separation on this image. So you can see I'm trying to not mix the shadows and the highlights. I'm just retouching the highlights alone and the shadows alone. So I'm trying to not mix the shadows and the highlights together. So just zoom in on this neck area, because I'll have to now remove the shadows right here because it's a little bit dark, and yeah, that's why I always try to just do full videos, not just frequency separation alone and dodge and burn alone. I just try to show you everything, so that if you don't know how to combine everything together, you can just follow my tutorial, and then maybe you try to edit your image, and then you maybe see your results. Okay. So now, how far our image looks. I'm sure it doesn't look so nice, but we are almost there. Actually, almost there. You can see the before and after. Before after. Let's continue. So the next thing I'll do, I'll come now to my color layer. Okay, and I'll pick my lasso tool. I'll feather it to something like 18, and then I just start by drawing on the forehead like that. Some people tend to just multiply the values, but for this one I just push until I see the textures are beautiful, and then not so much, and say okay, because I guess that's nice with me. I don't want to overdo it. But on the other parts of the body, on the face, I like taking it to a very lower number. But on the other parts of the model's body, I can just push it as much as possible. But on the facial, because I don't want to waste the facial structure of the model, or yeah. In all my videos, I give different types of frequency separation. Hope you learn something or two from every single video, and I'll try before the year ends. I'll have put so many videos up here. So guys, please just watch my tutorials and make sure you learn a thing or two from my videos, guys. It's not easy recording this video, trying to be fluent. I've never spoken in public anywhere, and yeah, that's why I'm trying to just create these videos and trying to be fluent, and I'm working so much on my communication. So guys, this really helps me too, and also as I practice, I get to learn a thing or two. Yeah. So I hope you guys are following along as we edit this. This one of my favorite images from this specific photo shoot, and it was an amazing photo shoot. So I guess we are good now. The next thing, I'll just remove the small shadows and the small blemishes, the remaining blemishes. So just activate my black and white here again, pick my clone stamp tool, and now select on the current layer. Okay, let's go. So sample, paste, sample, paste, sample, paste, sample, and paste. I'm trying to remove the remaining blemishes so that my image now can look awesome, and also I'll try to balance the skin tones so that my image can even look even better. Hope you guys are following along. This will be a long tutorial, but trust me, it will be worth your time, and make sure you learn a thing or two from my video. Yeah. So the only action I use on this video and the only upload I use on this video is either my lats or the teeth and eye whitening actions. That's the only one I use on this video. Let's remove this blemish right here. It really takes so much time, but trust me, it's always worthy every single thing. You can see how our image is coming through, and it's really a very nice image. And yeah, sorry. These are the easiest way and the most resortful way of doing frequency separation. It really gives out some amazing results, and yeah, sure guys, you should. This method is really amazing. I use it almost every single time. Yeah. I use different ways of frequency separation in my image, depending either it's a full body. So guys, in my next tutorial I'll show you just how to also retouch a full body portrait. So yeah. Just trying to clean this area, man. It's not easy. I'm sure the tutorial will be a very long tutorial, but guys, please watch the whole video, please. So let me just see how our image looks now so far. Oof. Yes, our image is almost there. It really takes time to just retouch this image, and just yeah. Hope you guys are really following along. So I guess our image now really looks awesome. Yeah, the next thing I'll do, I'll now increase the light on this area of the model's face. Okay. on this area of the model's skin. It's never easy, but hope you guys learn something or two from these videos. So if I could show the before and after, let me show you the before and after. Zoom in the image. If I could just show you the before and after, before, okay, before, after. Okay, the next thing I'll do, I'll just increase the light a little bit, and now I can do dodge and burn, and then I can color grade my image. Okay, so I'll select on the curves. I'll go to new adjustment layer, then curves. Okay, then I'll pick this, and then I'll just identify a place in the model skin where the maybe that somewhere there, like that. Okay, then I say okay. The next thing I'll do some frequency separation. The next thing I'll do dodge and burn on this image. So I'll press shift, control, and then N on my keyboard to create now this new dialog box. My dodge and burn, I use the 50% gray. It really helps me to just, it's a very easy way of doing dodge and burn. So yeah, and just change the mode to soft light, select to fill. Sorry about that, guys. Fill with overlay neutral color 50% gray, then okay, soft light, then okay, then say okay. Create a black and white layer on top of this, and say okay. So what I'll do, I'll pick my brush tool, make sure the flow is at 1, and then when the foreground color is white, that means you are dodging, and when the foreground color is black, that means you are burning. So let's just brush this one here, the highlight. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Make sure you selected on the, let's call this dodge and burn. Okay, and just so I'm editing this image just how I always do my editing, but most of the time I use actions because sometimes you find I have so much work I need to do, and I always prefer using the actions. Okay, so that they always make my work easier that way. That's nice. Yeah. So let's come here and now do some dodge and burn here like that. After. Hope you guys are really following along. So that's okay. So let's just work on this here like this, like that, like this, like that, like this, like that, like this, like that, like this, like that. Okay, I guess that already looks awesome. So if I could show you before and after, you can see we have done some good dodge and burn on that image. Okay, so the next thing I'll do, I'll just put all this in a group. Sorry, let's say maybe from here to here in a group. And if I could show you the before and after, this is how our image looked, and this is how our image looks right now. Let me just reduce the flow of this dodge and the opacity of this dodge and burn to that level. Yeah, I guess like there, that looks nice. already. So no, should never do that. Anyway, so the next thing I'll do, I'll now go to color grading. And guys, please pay attention here. This is just how I do color grading. Okay, so first of all, I'll go to selective color, and I'll pick the color yellow. Okay, so I'll push this to this level, somewhere like there. Okay, and then I push this yellow to somewhere like there. Okay, hope you get that. Hope you got that. Okay, so the next thing I'll do, I'll go to blacks, and then maybe push this inside like that, and then put this inside like that, and then I guess that looks awesome. Okay, then say okay. The next thing I'll go to color lookup, and then load my 3D LUT, and then I'll select this. This is my mid-tone LUTs. Okay, then I just load it to my image. You can see now how my image transforms, but this, I guess this too much. I just reduce the opacity a little bit until I'm happy with what I see on that image. So I guess before, after, I guess that's awesome. Okay, I guess that's okay. And then maybe I can run a photo filter layer, and then now just reduce the opacity to something like density. Let's reduce this density to something like 6. Then maybe I might increase the color lookup to something like that. Okay, now you can see we have already color graded my image. If I could show you the before and after, this is how my image looks before color grading, and this is how my image looks after color grading. Now what we're doing next, let's work on the background. So what we'll do now, press Ctrl Shift and Alt and E, then create a merge layer of everything you've done on your on your image. Okay, so after that, this is what you do. Go to select, then select subject. Okay, hope you guys are really following along. Please pay as much attention as you want on this process, because this process really makes work easier. You can see, let me just smoothen this selection. So I just select quick selection, then just reduce this until it fits. Okay, now we're good. You can see we have selected our image, but we want to work on the background. So what I do, what do you want to do on the background? I want to change the color of the background, so I'll just go to selective color. When you press selective color, it will create a layer mask of the selection of your image. But you can see we have selected. If we do something on this, if we try to edit this, we'll edit on the image, but we want to edit on the background. If we edit, you see we're editing on the image. Okay, let's just undo this. But if we want to edit, we will edit on the background. So what will you do? You just select selective color, then press invert on your Ctrl-I on your keyboard to invert. Okay, I'm sure you understand that. I'm sure you're following along. Okay, now what do we do after we invert our layer? Now you press Alt in your keyboard and then press on your layer mask, and it will bring something like this. Now we want to feather this. We want to feather this to a side, to a good, so that we want to feather this so that, okay, sorry, I'm not so fluent. Okay, we want to feather this so that you can, now the effect on the background won't be so visible on our photo. So like this, to that level, like that. Let's see. Boom. I guess 2.5, that's okay. Then just press Alt on your keyboard to bring back your image. Press Alt and then press on the layer mask. Okay, now what we do, just go to this selective color, then I'll go down here to black and white. So most of my background has black and white, as black and white, and most of the time I'll work on the black. So let's go. I want this black to look like green, and now this is what I'll do to my image. First of all, I can either push this way, but I want it darker, so I just add the blacks. On the yellows, I'll just add on the yellows. On magendas, I just remove on the magendas. Okay, remove to maybe a level like that, maybe -4. You can be extreme as you want if you want more visible results. And then on the cyan, I'll just push it like this, and I'll have a changed background. If I could show you the before and after, I can merge everything. Let's say merge the color grading, and I put them in a group. This is how my image looks, and now this is how my image looks after color grading. Hope you guys have followed along. I'll try to do as many videos as possible on the same, and this really makes your photos look as beautiful as possible. Okay, so you can see the before, after, before color grading, after color grading. This is just how easy I do color grading. The next thing I'll do, I'll now go to the teeth and eye whitening. So I'll run my teeth and eye whitening action right here, and then I'll just zoom in my image on the eyes, and then just pick my brush tool, make sure the flow is at 100, and then just brush on the eye like this. First work on the whites on the eyes, and I guess that really looks amazing. Just work on this white line right here, and maybe reduce the flow to something like this, and then maybe work on the lips, because the lips are white too. Okay, that's a quick one like that. Yeah, I guess my image now looks awesome. If I could just show you the before, after, before and after. That's just how I edited this image and how I almost edit all my images. So guys, very easy. And one last tip, because I came to realize, if you want to know how an image is focused, look at the eyes. So what I always do, I only sharpen the eyes. Now this is what I do. I press Ctrl, Shift, Alt and E in your keyboard. Now after that, this is what I do. I'll create a new frequency separation action. So what I'll do, Ctrl J twice again. Then you know what we do, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and now make sure you use a radius of 4. Okay, I use a radius of 4. Okay, then go to image, apply image. Then on this one, make sure, okay, hope we didn't make a mistake anywhere. So make sure it's the layer 4 copy. Okay, layer 4 copy. Okay, and then now change the blending mode. Here we change to subtract, sorry, and then make sure it's 2 and offset, and then don't invert. Okay, then say okay. Change the blending mode here to linear light. Okay, then now Ctrl J once on that layer copy or the texture layer, then just create a layer mask of the same. Now I'll pick my brush tool, make sure the flow is at maybe 70, 85, anywhere there, then just brush on the eyes, and your eyes will be as sharp as possible, because the eyes are the, what do they say? The eyes are the soul, are the doors to the soul. I don't know, I'm almost there anyway. So yeah, that's just how I do my editing and color grading and frequency separation. So guys, if you really do enjoy the video, guys, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you like, share, and just anything you can do to this video. So guys, do it, and I'm so grateful you edited with me. If you want this video if you want this photo to practice, the link is on the bio, on the description below. So guys, thank you for watching.